Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome back to this presentation of Rays Baseball. Today we have a rubber match between the 2-6 Rays and the 5-4 Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers getting a combined no-hit in a 1-0 win in Game 1, and the Rays picking up a 13-0 win yesterday for the victory in Game 2. Game 3 today, a getaway game for the Texas Rangers in the final game of their opening homestand. Jordan Lyles, the starting pitcher for them today. He is 1-0 so far in this season. In his first start of the year against the Angels, he went 6 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He has a 3 ERA on the season. I will tell you a little bit about the Rays lineup after the first pitch. The right fielder Austin Meadows is leading this one off. Meadows batting 194 on the season. It's a beautiful day for baseball. The opening pitch from Lyles is in there for a strike. The lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays, we have the right fielder leading off Austin Meadows, batting second, the second baseman Brandon Lowe, batting third, the third baseman Joey Wendell, batting cleanup, the left fielder Hunter Renfroe, batting fifth, the first baseman Ji-Man Choi, batting sixth, the shortstop Willy Adames, batting seventh, the DH Jose Martinez, batting eighth, the center fielder Kevin Kiermaier, and batting ninth, the catcher Michael Perez. That pitch to Meadows, low for a ball 75 degrees. On this Saturday afternoon. As we said, final game of the opening homestand for the Rangers. The 1-2 to Meadows, swung on, driven right to the pitcher Lyles, and he turns to first to complete the out. There's one gone now in the first. The second baseman Brandon Lowe will bat now. Lowe 156 on the season, tied for the team lead in home runs with 5 RBIs. Only a .206 on base percentage for him. The first pitch to him from Lyles is outside for ball 1. Woody Keller is your home plate umpire today, calling the balls and strikes. The 1-0 pitch on its way. It's in there for strike 1. Count even here at a ball and a strike. Lyles, not a guy overpowering with the fastball. That pitch in there at only 93 miles an hour. As that pitch is swung on right to the third baseman, Duffy. Duffy cannot handle the ball, as Brandon Lowe will reach base on an error by Matt Duffy. Lowe swinging on the pitch well inside, barely makes contact with it, drives it into the infield. Matt Duffy looked like he had it with the glove, but could not corral it. And the Rays have a base runner with 1 gone. Joey Wendell will bat now. Wendell batting 190 on the season. No home runs yet for him. The first pitch to Wendell is in there for strike 1. I have to say, in Globe Life Field, of course, seeing this stadium for the first time as it just opened a couple of weeks ago, it looked great at night. I have to say it does look a little bit better during the daytime. They have the roof open today as it is a nice day. As that pitch driven by Wendell, that'll be a base hit. And now the Rays have runners on first and second with only 1 gone in the first. Hunter Renfroe batting now, as that pitch is in there for a strike. Renfroe batting .321 on the season, leading the Rays in average, tied for the team lead in home runs with 3. He's really been a dynamic part of this Rays order. Put a jolt into the team yesterday with a pair of home runs. The 0-1 to Renfroe is in there for strike 2. And Renfroe swings and misses on an 0-2 pitch, low in the dirt. He goes down on strikes, and there's 2 gone. The first baseman, Ji-Man Choi, will bat now. Choi batting .214 on the season, no home runs yet for him. You see is that swing and a miss for Renfroe. Uncharacteristic of him to swing and miss at a pitch low in the dirt, but Lyles got him to swing and miss there for his first strikeout of the day, as that first pitch to Choi is low for ball 1. A hit and a strikeout allowed for Lyles in this first inning. He's got 2 gone, but 2 on as the Rays have a runner in scoring position. A nice start for them as Choi takes that pitch in there for a strike. Love to see the Rays getting off to a hot start here, something they haven't done much of this season. As this pitch to Choi is driven right to the first baseman Guzman, he'll run over and tag the first base bag to retire the side. Rays got a pair of base runners but leave him stranded. No runs for them in the first inning. And on the mound for the Rays, the number 4 starter, Yonny Chirinos. Chirinos, no decisions yet for him in his first start of the season against the Yankees. He went 6 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, an earned run given up, and 3 strikeouts for him. He's only got a 1.5 ERA on the season. Rays would love to get a good start out of him today. They'll have Ryan Yarbrough lined up in the first game in Fenway Park tomorrow. Second series of a 3-city road trip for them. He'll face Matt Duffy here, the first pitch in there for a strike. And for the Texas Rangers, their lineup, leading off the third baseman Matt Duffy, batting second the right fielder Shin-Soo Choo, batting third the DH Willie Calhoun, batting cleanup the center fielder Danny Santana, batting fifth the first baseman Ronald Guzman, batting sixth the catcher Robinson Chirinos, batting seventh the left fielder Hunter Cole, batting eighth the second baseman Nick Solak, and batting ninth the shortstop Anderson Tejeda. Rangers switching their lineup a little bit today. They have Duffy leading off here. Duffy takes that 0-2 pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count now to him. Duffy back at third base. Rays fans heavily familiar with him. Duffy swings and misses at that pitch, and it's just going to fall for a base hit. I'm not quite sure what Austin Meadows was doing there. It looks like he may have lost it in the sun there with the shade coming down in the outfield. But either way, it falls for a base hit, and the Rangers have a leadoff single. Duffy just clipping really the bottom part of that baseball. Fell for a blue pit, and Shin-Soo Choo has got a base runner with no men gone. A hit already allowed for Chirinos. Not routine enough to be ruled an error. As that pitch grounded by Choo gets through the gap. And that's going to be a second base hit for the Rangers here in this inning. They got runners at first and second with no gone. A little bit of trouble here for the Rays early. 2 straight hits allowed by Yonny Chirinos. Willie Calhoun will bat now. The DH is batting .250 on the year. He takes that pitch inside for ball 1. With a couple of back-end starters in the rotation, I guess we can't be too surprised at this result early. Both teams getting a couple of base runners on. It's going to be a game about offense here. As that pitch is grounded to Choi, the flip to Adames at second, and back to Choi at first base for a double play. And there's 2 gone in the first. That double play goes 3-6, back to 3. With a man at third and 2 gone, the center fielder Danny Santana will bat now. Santana batting cleanup with a 179 average on the season. He's got the leading run 90 feet away, but 2 gone, so he's going to need a base hit here. That first pitch by Santana fouled away for strike 1. Perez back as the backstop for the Rays has really come on offensively, batting nearly .300. As that pitch is grounded right in the center gap, got by the pitcher Chirinos, and that will score the leading runner. Duffy coming around to score there. An RBI single for Danny Santana, and the Rangers take an early 1-0 lead. 3 hits in this opening inning for the Rangers. They get a run here early. Looking to take this series 2-1. That pitch just high and inside for ball 1. Only 11 pitches for Chirinos, so not the traditional jam, but a handful of hits. Swing and miss there for the first baseman Ronald Guzman. Guzman batting nearly .300 with a 296 average. Chirinos just trying to look to put him out and get out of this inning. He's already got an earned run charged to his name. The 1-1 to Guzman now is just inside for ball 2. The Rangers got Santana at first base, as that pitch is driven foul. So at 2 balls and 2 strikes, the starting pitcher, Yonny Chirinos, just a strike away from getting out of this opening inning. It won't be flawless, though, as he gives up 3 hits and a run. The 2-2 to Guzman, swung on and missed. So Chirinos picking up his first strikeout of the day. Gives up 3 hits and a run. The Rangers take an early lead. Getting things started here for the Rays in the second inning. They are now towards the bottom of their lineup. The shortstop, Willy Adames, will bat here. Adames, 172 average on the season and a couple of home runs, including one that he had yesterday. An exciting 3-run blast, part of the Rays' 13-run offensive performance a day after getting a combined no-hitter thrown against them. Really one of the more bizarre things we've seen in recent memory for the Rays. Lyles has a 1-1 count to Adames here. Willie takes that pitch high for ball 2. The 6, 7, 8 hitter scheduled to come up for the Rays in this inning. Got a couple of base runners in the first, but could not bring any around to score. Adames takes that ball high. So 3 balls and a strike is the count to him now. The designated hitter Martinez is on deck. The 3-1 to Adames, swung on and missed, strike 2. The count will go full here. 21st pitch upcoming for Jordan Lyles. Would expect both teams to go to the bullpen fairly early, as they've both given up a few base runners. The payoff to Willie, swung on and missed. Lyles picking up his second strikeout of the day, and there's 1 gone. The DH, Jose Martinez, will bat now. Martinez is batting 187 on the season, looking for his first home run. Had a couple of hits yesterday to bring his average back up. He was 091 going into yesterday's game. Martinez is 5 for 9 with a home run off of Jordan Lyles in his career. Good on Kevin Cash for having him in the lineup. Back in starter for the Rangers is Lyles. The 1-1 taken high by Martinez. That fastball in there at 93 miles an hour. The 2-1. Swung on and picked up by Duffy. The long throw to first is good to retire Martinez. And there's 2 gone here in the second inning. That one goes 5-3. The center fielder Kevin Kiermaier will bat with 2 gone. Bases empty. Kiermaier batting .217 on the year, with a couple of home runs on the season. Second in the team with 2 blasts. He had a solo shot late in yesterday's game, staying fair barely down the right field line. Takes that pitch for a strike. It looks to be a bit high, but called a strike by Woody Keller. 27th pitch upcoming for Lyles. No base runners here for the Rays in this second inning. Kiermaier takes that one high as well. A ball and a strike as the count. Another decent crowd here for the Rangers. The Rangers just a game of by 500 now at 5-4. They're a game back of the LA Angels for first place in the American League West, as an early start for them has given them a good start. Lyles has a 3-1 count to Kiermaier now with 2 gone. The catcher Perez is scheduled to come up next if Kiermaier can get on base. The 3-1 to Kiermaier from Lyles is on its way. And that one driven right to the shortstop Simmons, who throws it to first to end the inning. It was 1-2-3 for the Rays in the second. 1-0 Rangers lead here. Leading off things here for the Rangers in this second inning, the catcher Robinson Chirinos. Chirinos batting .269 on the season with a home run and a couple of RBIs. A good statistical start for the catcher Chirinos. First year in the Rangers organization. As he takes a step back to avoid that pitch for ball 1. Chirinos has spent the last couple of seasons with the Houston Astros, so not a long trek for him. A fellow AL West rival. He takes a second pitch inside for ball 2. No walks issued yet by Chirinos. 3 hits, though. Chirinos swings and misses at that one for strike 1. 6, 7, 8, the hitter is scheduled to come up for the Rangers. Both teams in the second inning batting with the bottom parts of their lineup. Rangers lead 1-0 here early. The 2-1 is swung on and missed. A nice pitch by Chirinos broke fairly quickly. Chirinos not knowing what to do with it. The 2-2 coming up. Swung on and missed. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Yonny Chirinos, and there's one gone. Batting now, the left fielder, Hunter Cole. Cole is batting .250 on the season. One of the early favorites for the American League Rookie of the Year. The youngster off to a decent start. The first pitch to him is just low for ball 1. He's got himself a 4-game hitting streak here. No home runs, only an RBI. On base percentage is below 300. The 1-0 pitch to Cole. Swung on right to the second baseman. Lau throws to first to retired Cole, and there's 2 outs here in the second. That ground ball going 4-3 as Brandon Lau was in there for the shift to pick up that ground ball by Hunter Cole. And with 2 gone, the base is empty. Playing second base today, Nick Solak will bat here. Solak batting .250 on the year. He was in center field yesterday. At second base today. That first pitch is in there for a strike. A much better inning for Yonny Chirinos here. Looks like he's settled down a little bit. As that pitch is grounded along the first base line. Picked up by Chirinos, who runs over to tag Solak to retire the side. So it's 1-2-3 for the Rangers here. They do have an early 1-0 lead, though. Batting now in the 9 slot, the catcher Michael Perez getting his first at-bat of the day. Perez batting .286 on the season. Only a handful of starts for him, but he's made the most of them. He takes that first pitch high for a ball. He made his season debut in a game against the Yankees at home. Off of a double by Mike Zunino, he came out of the game with a finger injury. Ended up being a torn ligament. Zunino was transferred to the 60-day injury list. He'll be there for quite some time. 2 to 3 months, the team is saying. The team called up Chris Herman to fill the spot, but as he has had some struggles hitting, the Rays wanting some offense the past couple games, insert Michael Perez, and the left-hander has not let them down. He had a couple of hits yesterday, looking to keep things going. Here in this getaway game, the 2-2 to Perez, swung on and missed, so in his first at-bat, he'll strike out. And with 1 out in this third inning, the Rays will go back to the top of their lineup. That was the 3rd strikeout for Jordan Lyles, as he is off to a pretty decent start. Only 1 hit allowed to this point. He'll face Austin Meadows now. Meadows with a ground out to the pitcher in his first at-bat. Looking for something a little better here. He's down 0-1 in the count here. The pitch from Lyles is on its way, and that curveball did not quite break. It was taken high for a ball. 38th pitch upcoming for Lyles. The pitch to Meadows is in there for strike 2. So Meadows, the count to him is a ball and a strike. The 1-2 pitch now to Meadows. Swung on, driven right to the second baseman Solak. Throws to first to retire Meadows, and there's 2 gone in the 3rd inning. The second baseman Brandon Lau will bat now. Lau reached base in his last at-bat on an error. So 0 for 1 for him in the scorebook. It was a grounder right to Matt Duffy that he could not glove. part of a first inning that got a runner in scoring position. They cannot bring him around to score. They're scoreless here. As Brandon Lau fouls that one away. Brandon Lau off to a fairly hot start. Had a few home runs early on. He's got 3 on the season. Swings and misses there, and Lyles now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. .43rd pitch upcoming for Lyles. That pitch to Lau is outside for ball 2, so the count even out. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Lau. This pitch upcoming for Lyles. And it will be a base hit. It looked like the outfielder was going to be able to get to it. It will be a 2-out double for Brandon Lau. A nice hit off the bat. It's going to be the first double of the season for Brandon Lau. And the Rays have the tying run in scoring position just like that. Only the second hit of the day allowed by Jordan Lyles. And now Joey Wendell's up to bat, now the third baseman. As Wendell swings at that first pitch, takes the center fielder, and he will catch that to retire the side. Rays make things interesting with a 2-out double, but that will be it for them. They trail 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Anderson Tejeda will get things started for the Rangers here. He takes that first pitch for a strike. Tejeda batting .250 on the season. He's batting 9th, playing shortstop as the Rangers finish out the bottom part of their lineup. 9-1-2, the hitter is scheduled to come up in this third inning for Texas. Tejeda down early in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch for him, Chirinos, is low for ball 1. Chirinos with 3 hits allowed, 2 strikeouts so far. 28th pitch upcoming is outside for ball number 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tejeda working a nice at-bat here, taking a couple of pitches. The 2-2 is low for ball 3. And just like that, Tejeda has got himself a full count. Chirinos looking to avoid issuing a leadoff walk. It would be his first walk of the day. The payoff pitch to Tejeda. Swung on, chased by the right fielder, Meadows. He goes back to the wall, and he will not be able to catch it. It will be a leadoff double for Anderson Tejeda. Off the wall, the right fielder, Meadows, was not able to get to it. It will be Tejeda's first double of the season. And just like that, the Rangers have themselves a runner in scoring position with a 1-0 lead. And they go back to the top of their lineup here. Matt Duffy will bat now. Duffy is one for 1 with a single. He did come around to score in the first inning, despite a double play turned by the Rays. 4th hit of the day already allowed by Yonny Chirinos. Not a fantastic start for him. The first pitch to Duffy is just in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count to Matt Duffy here. The 0-1 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed, strike 2. That pitch high and inside. Chirinos throwing to Duffy there. Duffy not able to get a hold of that fastball. And he's down in the count early. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch on its way. And it is just low for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch to Duffy here is taken outside. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tejeda with a sizable lead off of the second base bag. A base hit would likely score him. The 2-2 to Duffy, swung on and missed. Chirinos picking up his 3rd strikeout of the day, retires Duffy, and there's 1 gone in the 3rd. Shin-Soo Choo will bat now. Choo 1 for 1 with a single. The first pitch to Choo is grounded right to the second baseman. Lau throws to Choi to retire him. Tejeda able to move over to third, but there's two gone, taking the sacrifice play out of consideration for the Rangers. That play goes 4-3 for Chu. Second man retired in this inning, and with two gone and a man 90 feet away from home plate, the center fielder, no, excuse me, the designated hitter, Willie Calhoun will bat here. Willie Calhoun grounded into a double play in his first at-bat. Took that first pitch for a strike. He's down 0-1 in the count here. The pitch on its way from Chirinos. He's able to check his swing there on a pitch low. Count even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch now to Calhoun. He pops that one up. The right fielder Meadows goes back, but he will be able to catch that easily to retire the side. Rangers got a leadoff double, move him over to third, but he cannot come around to score. 4 hits and a run for the Rangers. They lead 1-0 through 3. And leading things off for the Rays in this 4th inning, the left fielder Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe is 0 for 1 with a strikeout today against Jordan Lyles. First pitch to Renfroe is taken high. Renfroe in his career against Lyles is 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch to Renfroe is low for ball 2. 4, 5, 6, the hitter scheduled to come up for the Rays in this 4th inning. Renfroe takes a third pitch outside. He's up in the count, 3 balls and to no strikes. It's interesting to see if he gets the green light here, the 3-0. He takes it for a strike. So 3 balls in, a strike, the count to Renfroe. 50th pitch already upcoming for Lyles. He's through 3+. As we discussed a little bit earlier, both teams likely to make a bit early move to the bullpen. The 3-1 to Renfroe. Renfroe gets a hold of that one, chased by the center fielder, and he takes him out to the track, but he will be retired on a flyout to Danny Santana, and there's 1 gone in the 4th inning. Renfroe now 0 for 2 in this game. That will bring up the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi. Choi with a grounder to the first baseman. He's 0 for 1 here. Batting .207 on the season. The first pitch to Choi is going to be a base hit. He gets it into the gap. It looks like it could be 2 for Choi. He does turn the first base bag and go for 2. It'll be a 1-out double for Ji-Man Choi. On an impressive hit into the double, swung on the first pitch he saw from Lyles. And the Rays once again have the tying run in scoring position. Only the 3rd hit of the day for the Rays. Ji-Man Choi there getting a good hold of that pitch. The shortstop Willie Adames will bat here with only 1 gone. Adames 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Swings at that first pitch, and that one is going to go back. And it will be a ground rule double as it bounces into the Rangers bullpen. It will score Ji-Man Choi from second. And the Rays have tied things up here on an RBI double in the 4th by Willie Adames, bouncing on the warning track and into the Rangers bullpen. The center fielder Santana can only watch and will do it again. The Rays have a runner at second with only 1 gone. The DH Jose Martinez to the plate now. He takes that pitch outside for a ball. So back-to-back doubles by the Rays to tie things up. It's a 1-1 game at the top of the 4th. Jose Martinez has got the leading run at second base. The 1-0 to him is outside for ball 2. So Lyles looks like he's pitching a bit outside of Martinez. Martinez batting .500 on the year with runners in scoring position. A coin flip chance the Rays take the lead here. The 2-0 to Martinez. Swung on, fouled away is strike 1. 2 balls and a strike, the count to Martinez here. 56 pitch upcoming for Lyles. Gets jammed up a bit for the first time this game. Gives up the first run of the day as the 2-1 to Martinez is inside. The center fielder Kiermaier is on deck. Lyles has got a 3-1 coming to Martinez. The pitch on its way. And it's grounded to the shortstop Tejeda, who throws to first to retire Martinez. Adames will safely stay at second base. So there's 2 gone here in the 4th. And Kevin Kiermaier will have a chance to knock in his 6th run of the season. Kiermaier's 0 for 1, grounded to the shortstop Tejeda in his first at-bat of the day. Just as Martinez did there. He takes that pitch from Lyles in there for a strike. Kiermaier batting .333 on the year with runners in scoring position. Rays looking to take a lead in the top of the 4th. That pitch way inside for ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. 60th pitch now upcoming for Lyles. As Lyles has given up 4 hits and a run to the Rays here. The 1-1 pitch to Kiermaier. That pitch as well is way inside. 2-1 the count to the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. And this pitch from Jordan Lyles to Kiermaier is on its way, the 2-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So now Lyles 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. He's allowed a run, but can put out the flames here, the 2-2 to KK. And that pitch is inside. Count goes full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The catcher Perez is on deck. Likely not a pinch hitting situation if it's a walk. But you never know with Cash. The Rays desperately looking for their 2nd straight win as they try to get back to 500. They're 2-6, last place in the AL East. The payoff pitch to Kiermaier. And that one is swung on, picked up by the right fielder Duffy. The throw to first to retire Kiermaier. So the Rays pick up a run, leave a runner in scoring position, and they've tied things up here. We're in the bottom of the 4th now. The center fielder Danny Santana getting things started against Chirinos. Santana fouling that first pitch away for strike 1. 4 hits, 3 strikeouts on the day for Chirinos. Santana is 1 for 1 with a single. Takes that pitch. The count is a ball and a strike to Santana. He takes that pitch outside, 2-1. As the count to him, Chirinos working rather quickly against the lefty Santana. The 2-1 on its way is low for ball 3. Chirinos 1 pitch away from his first walk of the day. The 3-1 to Santana here. And that pitch is just high, so it will be a leadoff walk issued to the center fielder Santana. And with no outs, the Rangers get the leading run on the base path. Santana has now reached base twice. Bring up the first baseman Ronald Guzman. Guzman 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Chirinos. The first pitch to Guzman is taken for strike 1. 95 miles an hour on that fastball by Chirinos. The number 4 starter in this Rays rotation, as they're looking for their 3rd win of the year. They tied things up in the top of this inning. An RBI ground rule double for Adames to score Ji-Man Choi, as that 0-2 pitch is fouled away by Guzman. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on its way by Chirinos here, and it is driven right to the shortstop. Adames steps on the second base bag, and the throw to first to retire Guzman. That will be the 2nd double play of the day for the Rangers. And the bases are now empty with 2 gone. Another spectacular defensive play for the shortstop Adames. That double play going 6-3. Bring up the catcher Robinson Chirinos, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Chirinos. Five base runners allowed to this point by Chirinos. Chirinos v. Chirinos. I'm surprised I didn't mention that in the catcher's first at bat. The 1-1 to the catcher here. Takes that pitch outside for ball 2. Chirinos swung on and missed for strike 2, and just like that, Yonny Chirinos 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. A double play erased a leadoff walk, as that pitch will be fouled away, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9, 1, and 2. The hitter scheduled to come up for the Rays in the 5th inning, as that pitch is fouled away. Count will remain 2-2. The pitch on its way, and that one is launched by Chirinos, and that one will be a no-doubter. Chirinos on his 2nd homer of the year gives the Rangers a 1-run lead in the 4th inning. Chirinos just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning, allows a solo home run to the catcher. Fifth hit of the day allowed for Yonny Chirinos, as that first pitch to Hunter Cole is outside for ball 1. Cole is 0 for 1 against Chirinos, grounded out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. That 1-0 pitch is grounded right through the gap. A diving Adames will not be able to get there. Picked up on one knee by Kiermaier. And Hunter Cole now has a 2-out single to keep things going for the Rangers. The pitching coach, Kyle Schneider, comes out to give Yonny Chirinos a little bit of a talk. The first pitch to Nick Solak swung on, fouled away. Nick Solak 0 for 1 with a ground to the pitcher. If you recall, grounded right to the pitcher Chirinos, who ran over to tag Solak with the glove. Solak's got a runner on first base with 2 gone. The 0-1 to him here. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So now, Chirinos once again 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. The 60th pitch upcoming for him, the 0-2. Is popped up, chased by the first baseman Choi, and that will retire the side in the 4th inning. For the Rangers, Yonny Chirinos gives up the lead on a solo home run to the catcher Chirinos. 2-1 lead for the Rangers after 4. Michael Perez getting things started for the Rays in this 5th inning. Perez 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Jordan Lyles. That first pitch taken outside for ball 1. The righty Chavez, the lefty Martin, warming in the bullpen for the Rangers. The 1-0 on its way to Perez. Swung on and missed for strike 1. That ball high. 2 balls and a strike. The count to the catcher Perez here. Swung on and missed by Perez there. Count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on its way. And that will be driven and dropped by the shortstop. The throw will not be in time. So it looks like it will be an error charged by the shortstop Tejeda. And the Rays now get a leadoff runner. The right fielder Meadows will bat now. An E6 charge to the Rangers on that play, as the Rays go to the top of their lineup for the 3rd time today. That pitch to Meadows is outside for ball 1. Meadows 0 for 2 today with a couple of groundouts against Lyles. Takes that pitch in there for a strike. The 1-1 on its way to Meadows is low for ball 2. 72nd pitch upcoming for Lyles. You would think a good chance this will be his last inning. He's got a 2-1 pitch upcoming to Meadows. It's on its way. And it's outside for ball 3. With the catcher Perez at first base, a 3-1 count to Austin Meadows with no gone. In this 5th inning, the 3-1 to Meadows swung on and missed for strike 2. That will cause the count to go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Rays trying to tie things up after giving up a solo home run to the catcher Robinson Chirinos in the bottom of the 4th. The payoff to Meadows, and that one is going to be popped up, chased by the center fielder, Santana, who will run to get that to retire Meadows. The catcher Perez will stay at first base. And now with 1 gone and 1 on, the second baseman Brandon Lau will bat now. Lau is 1 for 2 with a double in his last at-bat. The first pitch to Lau swung on and missed on a fastball down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. And that's going to get down for a base hit. The first baseman Guzman cannot gather it. Perez is going to head to third on a 1-out double for Brandon Lau. A second double of the day for Brandon Lau. And the Rays now have runners at second and third with only 1 gone. That pitch just getting right down the right field line. Could not be corralled by the first baseman Guzman. And the Rangers now making a pitching change, going to Colby Allard. Has appeared in 4 games this season with a 6.10 ERA. Jordan Lyles will finish with 5 hits allowed and 3 strikeouts, as that first pitch is fouled away by Joey Wendell. Wendell 1 for 2 with a single, flew out to center in his last at-bat. Another one of those would probably score Perez from third. The 0-1 to Wendell here, fouled away, strike 2. High leverage situation here for the Rays. Wendell batting .500 with runners in scoring position. The left fielder Hunter Renfroe will come up next. The 0-2 driven into the gap. That'll be a base hit, and that will score 2 on a 2 RBI single by Joey Wendell. The throw nowhere near in time. The Rays take the lead. A couple RBIs on the single by Joey Wendell. Rays lead 3-2 here. Situational hitting for the first time of the season for the Rays. Coming up with timely hits. And now the left fielder, Hunter Renfroe, at the plate now. Takes that first pitch low for ball 1. Renfroe's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout to center field. Renfroe off to a hot start in this season. In his first year with the Rays, the 1-0 to Renfroe here. Swung on and fouled back for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. So 3 earned runs charged to Jordan Lyles. As Joey Wendell is going to get in there with a second base for a stolen base. That pitch low in the dirt. Wendell getting to the second base bag just in time. And now the Rays with another runner in scoring position and Joey Wendell. The 2-1 to Renfroe. Swung on and fouled away for strike 2. So 2-2 count to Renfroe. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and carried. Chased by the left fielder. He's going to go out near the track. And he will catch that to retire Wendell. Wendell will not tag up. And there's 2 gone in the 5th. The first baseman, G-Man Choi, will bat now. Choi is 1 for 2 with a double in his last at-bat. The first pitch to him is low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch here to Choi is in there for strike one. Count even at a ball and a strike. The pitch on its way. Grounded to the second baseman. Solak throws it over to first to retire Choi. Rays leave a runner in scoring position, but pick up a couple of runs and take the lead. They lead now 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Looks like the Rays will keep Yonny Chirinos out to start things in the fifth inning. He'll face the shortstop Tejeda first. Had a double in his first at-bat. 9-1-2, the hitter scheduled to come up in this inning for the Rangers. Only 61 pitches for Chirinos here, so it makes sense to bring him back out. Only 2 runs allowed. 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk for Yonny Chirinos here. He's got a 2-0 count to the shortstop, Anderson Tejeda. An exciting inning in the top of the fifth for the Rays. Pick up a couple of runs and take the lead. It was a 2 RBI single for Joey Wendell. Situational hitting for the Rays have been good today. The 2-1 to Tejeda now. Swung on, fouled away for strike 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Chirinos looking for his 4th strikeout of the day. The 2-2 pitch to Tejeda on its way is outside for ball 3. The third baseman Duffy getting warmed up on deck. The payoff pitch. It is just low for ball 4. So it'll be a leadoff walk issued to the shortstop Tejeda. And with no gone, the third baseman Matt Duffy will bat now. Duffy is 1 for 2 with a single, struck out in his last at-bat against Chirinos. Tejeda has now reached base twice in 2 plate appearances. Rangers fans on their feet. They have the tying run on the base path. This game has been back and forth. The rubber match in a 3-game series. Rays got the win last night, 13-0. The victory for Tampa Bay. They lost in Game 1. Fell victim to a combined no-hitter thrown by the Rangers. If you recall, 7 hitless innings for Mike Minor. And a couple of relievers in there for the Rangers. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count even at a ball and a strike. Kevin Cash looking on, giving signals from the dugout. Rays would love to pick up a win and get a series victory for the first time this year. The 1-1 to Duffy is in there for strike 2. Duffy taking a few pitches in this at-bat. He's now down a ball and 2 strikes. 70th pitch upcoming for Chirinos. As that pitch is going to get down for a base hit. And on that single by Duffy will give the Rangers runners on first and second base with no outs. Perhaps a bit premature, but it could be time to make a move to the bullpen. You only have a 1-run lead. I understand you can't tax the bullpen too much, especially with the series upcoming at the Boston Red Sox. Diego Castillo, Colin Poche, the men warming in the Tampa Bay bullpen. That pitch low to Shin-Soo Choo. That was the second hit of the day for Matt Duffy. Perhaps the revenge game against the Rays he was looking for. The 1-0 to Choo is in there for strike 1. A righty and a lefty warming up in the visiting bullpen. Castillo, Poche. Chirinos has a 1-1 count to Choo. 2 men on, no outs. Bottom of the 5th, Rays protecting a 1-run lead. That pitch to Choo is taken outside for ball 2. 7 hits, 2 walks to this point for Yonny Chirinos. The 2-1 to Choo is going to be popped up, chased by the center fielder, Kiermaier. He goes out to the track and will retire Choo. The runner tagging up for him second. He will get to third base in time. That is the shortstop Tejeda. So with 1 gone in the 5th, the Rangers have the tying run 90 feet away. Definitely a sacrifice play in the cards, potentially, for the DH Willie Calhoun. Calhoun is over 2 on the day, grounded into a double play, and flew out to right field in his last at-bat. The first pitch to him swung on and fouled away. There's another double play by Calhoun would end the inning. The 0-1 is fouled away for strike 2. So that takes any potential bunting out of the equation. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Calhoun. Now the pitch on its way from Chirinos is grounded right and a fumble by the third baseman. Wendell throws to second, now to first. They get the lead runner, Duffy. A run will come around to score for the Rangers, so there's 1 gone. Calhoun gets to first base on the fielder's choice. The fumble by Wendell cost the Rays a double play that would have ended the inning. And the Rangers have now tied things up. It's 3-3. A little bit of a difficult play to break down as everything was happening so close and so quickly. The error charged to Wendell. That's actually going to be an E5 for Calhoun as he gets to first base. Duffy came around to score from third. So I guess in a way it kind of was a sacrifice play for Calhoun. The center fielder Santana pops that one up, chased by the shortstop Adames. He will be there to retire him. So the Rays get out of this inning, but not without giving up a run. It's now a tie game through 5. Really, Adames will now stand in at the top of the 6th inning to face Colby Allard. Willie Adames is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double in his last at-bat. The first pitch to Adames is swung on into the gap for a base hit. That'll be a leadoff single for Adames, as the Rays now get a base runner. The leading run, in fact, at first base in Willie Adames. Adames' second hit of the day. Something we talked about yesterday when all those bats got going. The middle part of this order, Ji-Man Choi, Willie Adames, a couple of guys that play so well defensively. But to get their bats going would be so valuable to this Rays team. Looking up at the big boys in the AL East, the New York Yankees in first place. They have a 3-game set with the second-place Red Sox starting tomorrow. The DH Jose Martinez takes that first pitch for a strike. The DH Martinez is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Grounded to short in his last at-bat. That first pitch swung on and fouled. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Martinez. The 0-2 on its way, and it's taken low for ball 1. 2 hits allowed to this point for Allard. No strikeouts, no walks. The 1-2 to Martinez is inside for ball 2. A good take by Martinez as that pitch cut in a hurry. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A man on first. The pitch to Martinez swung on and missed. First strikeout for Allard, and there's 1 gone in the 6th. Martinez goes down on strikes. He's now 0 for 3. The center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier, will come to the plate now. Kiermaier is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Grounded out to third in his last at-bat. He's got Adames at first base. 1 gone. Top of the 6th. It's a tie game, 3-3. As the Rangers tie things up on a couple of interesting plays. That really has defined this game. Very, very much like what you would expect from a getaway game like this, and what has been such an eventful series. A combined no-hitter thrown by the Rangers in Game 1, 13-0 win by the Rays in Game 2. The 2-0 pitch to Kiermaier swung on, fouled away, and this rubber match, this getaway game, is not disappointing. One of the more exciting games, I would say, of the season so far. Very back and forth. The 2-1 upcoming to Kiermaier, the pitch on its way from Allard. And that one is going to be popped up, chased by the right fielder, Chu. He goes back near the track, but will make the catch to retire Kiermaier. The shortstop, Adames, will retreat back to the first base, and there's now 2 gone. As the Rangers look to erase a leadoff single by Adames. Michael Perez, the catcher, will bat now. Perez is 0 for 2. Reached base on an error in his last at-bat. He's also struck out. First pitch to Perez. Swung on. Fouled away. The 0-1 to Perez now is outside for ball 1. That pitch in there at 88 miles per hour. Something we talked about yesterday. Not necessarily a power bullpen for these Rangers. The 1-1 to Perez outside for ball 2. 5, 6, 7, the spot scheduled to come up for the Rangers in the bottom of the 6th inning. A potential for Yonny Chirinos to come out to at least start a 6th inning. If I had to guess, I would expect Kevin Cash to do that. I know he has the bullpen warming with Castillo and Poche. The 2-2 to Perez now. He got a piece of it. It's charged by Chu. Chu goes back to the wall, and that one is out of here. The Rays take a 5-3 lead. The first home run of the season for the catcher Perez. It's a 2-run shot. That'll score Adames from first. Down to their final strike of the inning. The Rays take another lead. They have the 5-3 advantage here in the top of the 6th. The distance on that home run, 377 feet. A hot shot, nearly 100 miles an hour off the bat. The Rays go back to their top of the lineup with 2 outs. The first pitch to Austin Meadows is in there for strike 1. Meadows 0 for 3 with a fly out to center in his first at-bat. Something we talked about with Kevin Cash, thinking of maybe a little bit offensive-minded, having the younger catcher Perez in the lineup. Meadows swinging and missing at that pitch high. Allard once again has the Rays 1 strike away. But to put Perez in there, he's batting nearly 300 now. Does well on Kevin Cash by hitting a 2-run homer. Scoring Adames from first, so the leadoff single does end up cashing in for the Rays. They now lead 5-3. 2-2 count to Meadows now. Third hit of the day allowed by Allard. 8th of the day for the Rays as that pitch is taken outside. Count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Meadows working out of an 0-2 count. Taking some good pitches. The payoff pitch upcoming to Meadows. And that will be high for ball 4. Meadows working a 2-out walk here. And the Rays add another base runner as they look to add on to their lead. Meadows reached base for the first time today. That'll bring up the second baseman, Lau. Lau is 2 for 3. He's reached base all 3 times with an error and back-to-back doubles. The first pitch to Lau is in there for strike 1. They've left Allard in here for 33 pitches. Not quite understanding that logic as he gave up a shot to Perez. That second pitch is low for ball 1. A ball and a strike is the count to the second baseman, Lau. Here, the 1-1. Swung on and driven to the gap. That'll be a base hit. It will bring Austin Meadows to second base. Rays now have runners at first and second with 2 gone. Meadows in scoring position. A nice base hit. Third hit of the day for Lau. As the Rays offense has really exploded the past couple games. Joey Wendell at the plate now. Wendell grounding that one to Solak, who flips it to Tejeda, who's covering second to retire the side. Rays do pick up a couple of runs on a 2-run blast by the catcher Perez. They hold a 5-3 advantage as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Diego Castillo comes out of the pen for the Rays. 4 appearances for him, 0-1 record. A 3.38 ERA for him. Yonny Chirinos finishes the game with 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks in 5 innings pitched. Rays make a fairly early move to the bullpen. I can understand it now. The 8th bullpen is fresh. You have a 2-run lead. Desperately need a win. I like the aggressiveness here from Kevin Cash. The first pitch to Guzman is fouled away for strike 1. Guzman getting things started for the Rangers here. Guzman is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Grounded into a double play in his last at-bat. That pitch low for ball 1. Ball and a strike. They count to Guzman here. That pitch is also low. That fastball in there at 98 miles an hour. It was low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike is the count to Guzman now. The pitch on its way is low for ball 3. Guzman working himself a count here. The catcher Chirinos is up next. He's homered once so far today. Only 2 Yanni Chirinos v. Robinson Chirinos matchups. The 3-1 to Guzman. Swung on and popped up, chased by the center fielder Kiermaier, and he will stop there to retire him. There's 1 gone now in the 6th. The catcher Robinson Chirinos will bat now. Chirinos is 1 for 2, struck out in his first at-bat, homered in his last time up. Rays hold a 2-run lead. They're up 5-3 after a 2-run homer by Michael Perez in the top of this inning. That first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. The righty Drake, the lefty Poche are the men warming up in the Rays bullpen. Would make sense for Castillo to at least take this inning, you would think, barring any unforeseen circumstances. The bullpen relatively fresh, with Tyler Glasnow giving 7 innings yesterday. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Chirinos. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count there. 99 miles an hour, the fastball inside of Chirinos there. As that pitch is grounded right to the second baseman, Lau. He throws over to first to retire Chirinos. And there's 2 gone now in the 6th inning. That will bring up the left fielder, Hunter Cole. Cole is 1 for 2 with a single in his last at-bat. Rays now have Chaz Rowe and Jose Alvarado warming up. Going more high leverage for sure. Getting ready for maybe a 7th inning. I could see them bringing out Castillo again as that pitch is popped up. And the left fielder Renfroe will be there to retire him. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Castillo as the Rays keep their 2-run lead through 6. They lead now 5-3. Jesse Chavez coming in for the Rangers. 5 appearances for him. A 6.23 ERA. He appeared in the game yesterday. Gave up a few runs. Part of 13 in an offensive explosion for the Rays. They've carried it over today. They've got 5 runs through 6. Chavez is going to have to face Hunter Renfroe first. Renfroe 0 for 3. A strikeout, a couple of flyouts. That first pitch taken for ball 1. The 1-0 to Renfroe. Swung on, fouled away for strike 1. The 1-1 to Renfroe here. Swung on, fouled away. That'll be strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes to count to Renfroe here. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Cash brings out Diego Castillo to start a 7th inning. Maybe combine him with Chaz Rowe. That way you have Jose Alvarado to take the 8th and Nick Anderson to take the 9th. If you wanted to go traditional A bullpen style. Or at that point, just give Chaz Rowe the entire 7th. If you wanted to do it that way. As that pitch is absolutely blasted by Hunter Renfroe. And he will add on to the Rays' lead. They lead now by 3. A solo shot by Hunter Renfroe. His 4th of the year. Giving the Rays a 3-run advantage. Tough going here for Jesse Chavez in this series. As the Rays lead things off here with a solo shot. Nearly 110 miles an hour off the bat. Good launch angle there. Absolutely got a hold of that pitch. As now the Rays could potentially take a little bit more of a sigh of relief. G-Man Choi swings and misses at that pitch. Choi 1 for 3 with a double. The 0-1 pitch to him is low for ball 1. Still no man gone here. The righty Allen, the lefty Martin warming up for the Rangers. It's been that way for quite some time. Honestly, watching how he pitched to Renfroe, I don't understand why they would bring out Chavez with those guys warming up. That pitch is low to Choi. 2 balls and a strike is the count to the first baseman, G-Man. The 2-1 on its way is in just low. Looked like a strike, but a good take by Choi. He's now up in the count, 3 balls to only a strike. The 3-1 on its way from Chavez is low for ball 4. Choi now takes base on a walk. And the Rays potentially looking to add on just a little bit more with a 3-1 lead. The shortstop, Willie Adames, will bat now. Adames, 2 for 3, a double, a single in his last at-bat. He's now got G-Man at first base with no outs in the 7th inning. That first pitch is in there for strike 1. Of course, the angle we have is not perfect, but these last couple of pitches a little bit questionable with the balls and strikes by the home plate umpire, Woody Keller. Can't complain, though, as the Rays have a 3-1 lead. The 0-1 to Adames is low for ball 1. Count even here at a ball and a strike. The pitch now from Chavez. Swung on and missed on a pitch outside. He got Adames to chase there. A ball and 2 strikes, the count to the shortstop. The 1-2. Adames laying off of that pitch. It was just about the same pitch that he swung and missed on before. Defense up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 on, no outs. Top of the 7th. Rays with a 3-1 lead, 3-run lead. The 2-2 is outside and a bit high for ball 3. Count goes full to Adames here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Chavez now is on its way. Swung on, fouled away. And we'll do it again. Count remains full. The payoff. And that pitch will be foul. Count remains full. 3-2 to Adames. This pitch from Chavez is high, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Chavez. As the Rays now have a couple of men on. Still no out in the 7th. Bringing up the DH, Jose Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 3. Struck out in his last at-bat. Rays now have runners at first and second. G-Man moving over to second on that walk to Adames. Adames reaching base for the 3rd time today. Came around to score his last time on the base path on a home run by Michael Perez. Jose Martinez batted .333 with runners in scoring position. He's 0 for 1 today, though. 20 the pitch upcoming for Chavez. The 0-1 is low and outside. Count now even at a ball and a strike. Jeff Bannister, the manager for the Rangers. A loss here would bring the Rangers back to 500. They're 2nd place in the AL West, looking up at the Angels. Martinez grounding that one to the shortstop, who flips it to first. That'll be a double play. So there's 2 gone in the 7th. G-Man Choi will move over to 3rd on that double play. by Jose Martinez. That one a traditional 6-4-3 double play. As Martinez, the DH, is 0 for 4. Bringing up the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier's 0 for 3 with a flyout to right. Took Chu out to the track on that AB. That first pitch is outside for ball 1. Kiermaier 3 for 9 against Chavez in his career. I believe had some success against him last night. Rangers kind of leaving these relievers out to dry as that pitch is popped up. Chased by the third baseman Duffy to retire the side. Rays add on to their lead by a solo shot by Renfroe. Got a couple of walks, but that's going to be it for them. They now have a 6-3 lead. Oliver Drake now the man on to come on for the Rays. 5 appearances for Drake this season. An 8.10 ERA for him. Nick Solak to come on for the Rangers to get things started in the 7th inning. Solak is 0 for 2 with a flyout to first in his first at-bat. Or his last at-bat, I should say. First pitch to him from Drake is in there for strike 1. So Diego Castillo finishes with a 1-2-3 clean inning. The Rays bring on Drake here. The Drake, as he is affectionately known by Rays fans. Solak swings and misses at that pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. The count in a hurry to Solak. The Rays needing to get 9 more outs to hold on to this 6-3 victory. Potentially Drake to finish this inning. Probably Alvarado in the 8th and Anderson to come on in the 9th. It's been a while since we've seen Nick Anderson. I believe since only the 2nd game of the season. It was a blown save for him against the Pirates. And I don't think we've seen him since. Hopefully not too much rust to knock off for him. If the Rays can keep their 6-3 lead into the 9th, I think that would be a good spot for him. Still a safe situation, but you have a little bit of a cushion as that pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Adames flips over to first to retire Solak. So there's 1 gone here in the 7th. A nice play defensively to charge onto the ball by Adames. Solak was running first in a hurry, but a good put out there. There's now 1 gone in the 7th, bringing up the shortstop Tejeda. Tejeda is 1 for 1 with a double. Also has a walk, so he's reached base twice. Oliver Drake looking to change that. First pitch to Tejeda is low for ball 1. The 1-0 to Chavez is in there for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. Drake working rather efficiently to these Rangers hitters. Again, as we talked about, if the Rays can get out of this one with a victory, that'll be their 2nd straight. They'll move to 3-6. They'll be 3 games below 500. They'll still be last place, I believe, in the AL East. They're back. They're 4 games back now. A win would bring them a little bit closer. They have a 3-game set upcoming starting tomorrow against the 2nd place Red Sox. They have a 4-game set with the Indians after that. And then they return home. A series against the Astros, a series against the Blue Jays in Tropicana Field. As that pitch is in there, a called strike 3. Tejeda goes down on strikes, and that'll be out number 2 in the 7th inning. That'll bring up the leadoff man, the third baseman, Matt Duffy. Duffy 2 for 3, a pair of singles and a strikeout. He'll bat with the bases empty and 2 gone. The first pitch from Drake is low for ball number 1. A good stadium road trip, I would say, for the Rays. They check out Globe Life Park here, go to Fenway, and then Progressive Field in Cleveland, which is one of the better stadiums, at least in the American League. Count even at a ball and a strike to Duffy. That one is in there for strike 2. So now Oliver Drake is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning clean. He's picked up a strikeout. Looking to bring his ERA back down as he has had a couple of rough outings. He's got a 1-2 upcoming to Duffy. The pitch on its way. Popped up. Chased by the left fielder Renfroe. He's going to go out near the track. And he will get there. It was close, but he gets there to retire Duffy. A 1-2-3 inning for the Rangers in the 7th. Rays still hold a 3-run lead. Brett Martin to come on for the Rangers now. 4 appearances, a 10.38 ERA for him. Was, I believe, one of the men that fell victim to at least one of the 13 runs by the Rays yesterday. Michael Perez coming up to the plate now. Perez 1 for 3 with a homer in his last at bat. That was the 2-run homer, to pad on to the Rays lead. 34,000 around the attendance in Globe Life Field today for the Rangers. As that pitch is grounded, a backhanded play by the first baseman Guzman. He will run over to the first base bag to retire Perez. And there's 1 gone in the 8th. The Rays go back to the top of the lineup for the 4th time today. Austin Meadows is 0 for 3 with a walk. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Meadows having a bit of a rough stretch. He was batting 194 going into today. That batting average, of course, will drop as that pitch is fouled away for strike 2. He's been playing consistently in the leadoff spot. I wonder if Cash may change things up with a couple of the Rays hitters lower in the lineup coming on a bit strong. Meadows takes that pitch outside for ball 1. Meadows consistently batting at least in the top part of the order for the Rays last season. Kevin Kiermaier, perhaps a candidate to spend some time in the leadoff spot. Austin Meadows swings and misses there. He now moves to 0-4 on the day. Has reached base only once on a walk, so there's 2 gone in the 8th inning. A good start here for Brett Martin. Martin, we forgot to mention, the 4th pitcher on for the Rangers. Picks up his first strikeout there. He'll face Brandon Lau now with 2 gone. And the base is empty. Brandon Lau is 3 for 4. 2 doubles and a single in his last at-bat. He's had himself quite a nice day. Lau came into this game batting 156. I assume he'll be back at least near 200 when we start play tomorrow night in Boston. The 2-1 to Lau is inside for ball 3. A bit of a weird kind of situation on a road trip to start a game on a Sunday night, but that is what the Rays will be doing. Sunday night baseball. That pitch fouled away by Lau, so the count will go full. Brett Martin is only a strike away from getting out of this inning. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning for Brett Martin. Rays go down 1-2-3. They still have their 3-run lead, though, heading to the bottom of the 8th. Jose Alvarado, the man on the on the bump for the Rays now. 4 appearances for him. A 2.45 ERA. 4th pitcher on for the Rays here. Somewhat as we discussed, Jose Alvarado likely to take the 8th. Nick Anderson likely on for the 9th. If things go according to plan, of course, the Rays hold a 3-1 lead. 6 outs left to get. Alvarado will face Chu first. That first pitch in there for a strike. The right fielder Shin-Soo Chu is 1 for 3. Got things started with a single, but flew out to center in his last at-bat. Down in the count 0-1. The pitch from Alvarado is on its way. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Good matchup playing by Cash. Alvarado getting things started with the lefty-on-lefty matchup. Off to a good start with Chu now down. No balls to 2 strikes in this count. Alvarado staring down Chu. The 0-2 on its way. It's in there for a called strike 3 right down the middle. Chu watches it go by. And Alvarado picks up his first strikeout. There's one gone in the 8th. That'll bring up the DH Willie Calhoun. He's really struggled in this series. Came into the series with a good batting average. Had a golden sombrero. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts yesterday. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Calhoun is 0 for 3. Grounded into a double play. Flew out to right. Reached base on an error. That error was charged to the third baseman Wendell. That did bring Duffy around to score for the Rangers' third run. That pitch swung on and missed. That pitch by Alvarado in there at 100 miles an hour, reaching triple digits there. Count even at a ball and a strike to Calhoun. The pitch from Alvarado is just outside for ball 2. 5 outs left. 4 outs. No. 5 outs, I should say, for the Rays. Left to get. A 2-1 count to Willie Calhoun. The pitch from Alvarado is again just low and outside for ball 3. That pitch also again in there at 100 miles an hour. It's been a little bit of time since we've seen Alvarado in a game. Not much rust to knock off as he's thrown triple digits already. The 3-1 is low for ball 4, so that'll be a 1-out walk for Willie Calhoun as he reaches base for the second time today, bringing up the center fielder Danny Santana with a man on and 1 gone. Santana is 1 for 2 with a single. Has also walked today. The first pitch to him is inside. Is in the zone. For strike number 1. It looked to be a bit inside. But it is a called strike in there 100 miles an hour. The 0-1 now is low for ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. The pitch to Santana. Swung on and missed. Pitched 98 miles an hour high in the zone. A high contrast to what Oliver Drake, the righty, was throwing in the last inning. Power bullpen on for the Rays here. He's got a 1-2 count to Danny Santana. The pitch on its way is high for ball 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Santana. Swung on and chased by the left fielder Renfroe. He's going to go out to the track. And that pitch is gone. Goes over the left field wall. A 2-run shot for Danny Santana. And he's got the Rangers back. Just 1 run of the Rays now. They trail 6-5. Santana getting a hold of another Alvarado fastball. Getting it just over the wall. Pressure situation on for the Rays now. They got 5 outs left to get. Their lead cut to just 1. They'll face the first baseman Guzman now. That first pitch is low for ball 1. Guzman 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Grounded into a double play. Flew out to center in his last at-bat. The 1-0 to Guzman is low for ball 2. I certainly hope the Rays have some men warming up in the bullpen. Alvarado gives up another base runner, and I would hope they would be yanking him. He's allowed the Rays' 3-run lead to be cut to just 1. Potentially even bring on Nick Anderson now, if they deem it high leverage. That pitch swung on and missed. The Rangers are in the middle part of their order officially now, as Guzman is batting 5th in the order. So maybe get Chaz Rowe to come on, potentially, as that pitch is outside for ball 3. This Rangers crowd in Globe Life Field on their feet. The 3-1 pitch to Guzman is outside for ball 4. That'll be a 1-out walk to the first baseman Guzman, and that gives the Rangers the tying run on the base path. Only 1 out for Alvarado in this 8th inning. He's off to a rough start, and Chaz Rowe will come on to replace him. Rowe has appeared in 2 games with a 3.86 ERA. Alvarado is going to finish with just a 3rd innings pitched. Rowe likely with 2 outs left to get. He'll have to face the 3-batter minimum, of course. Rognet Odor will pinch run for the first baseman Guzman. A bit of guesswork, but maybe Odor moving over to 3rd and Duffy to 1st, as Duffy did play at first base in the first game of the series. That first pitch from Rowe is in there for a strike. He will face the catcher Chirinos first. Chirinos is 1 for 3 with a homer. Also has a strikeout and grounded out to the 2nd in his last at-bat. He's got an 0-1 count against Rowe here with a man on and 1 out. That pitch in there for strike 2. So an 0-2 to count to Chirinos. Chaz Rowe, known for his nasty slider. He's got 2 outs to get in this inning, trying to protect a 1-run Rays lead. It's never easy for the Rays, is it? The 0-2. Swung on and missed. He got Chirinos to swing and miss at that slider. There's 2 gone in the 8th. Second strikeout of the day for Chirinos. That'll bring on the left fielder Hunter Cole. Chaz Rowe is the 5th man on the mound for the Rays. Picks up his first strikeout there. He'll face Hunter Cole. That first pitch in there for a strike. Rowe being efficient with the strikes. Hunter Cole is 1 for 3 with a single. Flew out to left in his last at-bat. He's got the tying run on at first base. Rognet Odor came on to pinch run. The 0-1 to Cole is high for a ball. Count even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 from Rowe. Swung on and missed. Chaz Rowe with that unhittable slider. He's got the Rays 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. They gave up a 2-run shot, but they're still nursing a 1-run lead. Just one more swing and miss on a slider. The 1-2 to Cole. Swung on and missed. The Rays give up a 2-run shot to cut their lead to just 1. Chaz Rowe comes on to put out the Flames. 6-5 Rays lead through 8. Cody Allen, the man to come on for the Rangers now. 3 appearances, the 0 ERA, 7 strikeouts, and just 1 walk. He's the 5th man on the mound for him. Joey Gallo will come off the bench to play first, as Guzman will be on the bench for the rest of the day. Was pinch ran for by Rognet Odor. Joey Wendell getting things started. Cody Allen on for the Rangers. First pitch to Wendell is low for ball 1. Wendell is 3rd in the lineup. He is 2 for 4. He's got 2 singles. A fielder's choice for him in his last at-bat. He's now up in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Rays would love to add on to their lead, as that pitch is in there for a strike 1. It's almost certain, unless the Rays just tack on a bunch of runs, that it will be Nick Anderson to come out in the 9th inning. He has not appeared in nearly a week. Wendell swinging and missing at that pitch high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to him. A little concerning. I mean, of course, they have Chaz Rowe if they want to at least get an out. His slider has been effective. But I know Kevin Cash wants to bring out Anderson. Can't really think of anyone left to bring out or have in the pen. I mean, Peter Fairbanks, a guy that hasn't pitched in a couple days. Andrew Kittredge, perhaps. Wendell is going to pop that one up, charged by the left fielder, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Wendell turning for 2, and he's going to be thrown out. An error charged to the left fielder. Wendell gets greedy and goes for 2, and he gets thrown out. That's the second time that that's happened this season for Wendell. Hunter Renfroe coming on now. Renfroe with a homer in his last at-bat. An absolute shot for him. Reaching the second deck. Renfroe's 1 for 4 with that homer. He takes that first pitch strike. That looping curveball at only 83 miles an hour by Allen. The 0-1 to Renfroe now is outside for ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. Nick Goody warming up in the Rangers bullpen just for good measure. Or perhaps planning for extra innings. I'm not quite sure. The 1-1 to Renfroe is low for ball 2. Cody Allen just trying to give the Rangers one last chance. They got 3 outs left to pick up a run. As that pitch is inside, so a 3-1 count to Renfroe. The first baseman, Choi, is on deck. Will bat next no matter what happens here. 6 runs today for the Rays. They lead 6-5. Looking to come away with their second straight victory and get things turned around early on. As that pitch is swung on and fouled away. Count will go full. The payoff pitch swung on and missed by Hunter Renfroe. Cody Allen picks up his first strikeout, and there is 2 gone in this inning. 8-9-1, the hitter scheduled to come to the plate for the Rangers. Solak they probably can't pinch hit for. And Chaheda, I can't see how they could pinch hit for. And then Matt Duffy batting first. So it looks like it will be Solak, Chaheda, Duffy, who we assume will be facing Nick Anderson. Allen has a 0-1 count to Choi here. Choi is 1 for 3 with a double, walked in his last at-bat. That pitch taken inside, count even at a ball and a strike. The pitch from Allen on its way is in there for strike 2, so Allen is now 1 strike away from getting out of the inning clean. Looked like Wendell could have reached base on an error, but instead of staying at first, he reached for 2. Got thrown out at second. So that was the first out, a strikeout of Hunter Renfroe. That pitch to Choi was low for ball 2. So count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Allen still 1 strike away from getting out of things. His 17th pitch upcoming. The 2-2 to Choi is on its way. That pitch well high and inside. Adames, the shortstop, is on deck. The pitcher, Allen, has a full count to G-Man Choi here. His 18th pitch. The payoff pitch to Choi on its way. And that pitch is going to be fouled by G-Man Choi. Looked like he got a hold of that one, but it started curving foul well beyond the right field foul pole. The payoff pitch to Choi is low for ball 4. So Choi will walk with 2 gone. The shortstop, Adames, will bat next. Cody Allen was just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning, allows a base runner. Technically the second base runner of the inning, as Wendell was thrown out. So Adames, 2 for 3, a single, a double. He's got a run batted in. He walked in his last at-bat. First pitch to him swung on and popped up. The left fielder will be there to gather it, and he will catch it to record the out. So the Rangers get out of that. They trail 6-5, headed to the bottom of the 9th. Nick Anderson next.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Rays.
Nick Anderson out. 2 appearances for him. A 21.6 ERA. He's 1 for 2 in save opportunities. He'll face Solak first. Solak, Tejeda, Duffy scheduled to come up for the Rangers. They got 3 outs left to pick up a run. That first pitch in there for a strike. Such a good sight to see Nick Anderson, the closer, back out for the Rays. It's been nearly a week Anderson, I guess, trying to knock off the rust. That first pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 to Solak is fouled away. Strike 2. Anderson, the 6th pitcher on for the Rays. I've lost track of who the winning pitcher is because of how crazy things are. I believe it was tied when Yanni Chirinos headed out, but I could be wrong. And Anderson's got a 1-2 to Solak here. The pitch on its way. Swung on, charged by the second baseman Lau. Throws to first to retire Solak, and there's one gone. That will bring up the shortstop, Anderson Tejeda. Tejeda is 1 for 2 with a double, a strikeout. He's also walked. So reached base 2 out of 3 times. There's one gone in the 9th. Rangers only need a run. That first pitch in there for a strike. Anderson looking sharp thus far. The 0-1 is popped up, and it's going to get into the gap. The left fielder Renfroe could not get there in time. It's going to be a bloop single for Tejeda to give the Rangers the tying run on first base. Second hit of the day for Tejeda. He's had himself a nice little game at the bottom of the lineup. And as a speedy shortstop, he presents a threat for a potential stolen base. Matt Duffy comes on now. Duffy is 2 for 4. 2 singles. Flew out to left field in his last at-bat. 1 on, 1 out. The former Ray, Matt Duffy, on at the plate. The throw back to first base is not very accurate as Choi had to step off the bag. Tejeda sliding back into first. And the first pitch to Matt Duffy from Anderson is on its way. It's high for ball 1. That pitch looked like it didn't quite break as Anderson had hoped. An easy take for Duffy. A ball and no strikes the count now. As that pitch is in there, Tejeda steals for second, and he's safe. So just like that, a stolen base for Tejeda after a bloop single. He now represents the tying run for the Rangers. He is in scoring position for the former Ray, Matt Duffy. A perfect revenge spot for the former Ray Duffy. The 1-1 to him now. He's able to check his swing on a pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike to count to Duffy here. Shin-Soo Choo. Willie Calhoun, the hitter scheduled to come on for the Rangers next. The 2-1 to Duffy. Swung on and caught by the second baseman Loud. Tejeda will stay at second. And that little pop-up will be the second out of the inning. Anderson now 1 out away from getting out of this one and picking up his second save of the year. Shin-Soo Choo, the man that will come on for the Rangers. Choo, just 1 for 4 today. Led things off with a single. Struck out in his last at-bat. The Rangers down to their final out. The first pitch to Choo is outside for ball 1. Rays looking for their second straight win as they inch closer to 500. That pitch swung on and missed by Choo. That fastball in there at 95 miles an hour. Anderson sure looks sharp today. He's got the tying run in scoring position. The 1-1 to Choo. Inside for ball 2. Rays lead 6-5. The getaway day here in Arlington. The Rangers finishing off the final game of their opening homestand. The Rays head to Boston to play the Red Sox tomorrow. They have to finish things off here if they want the win, though. The 2-1 to Choo is outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to count to Choo. Willie Calhoun is on deck if Choo can get on base. The 3-1 pitch on its way from Anderson is in there for strike 2. And just like that, Anderson's 1 strike away from recording a second save. Second straight win for the Rays. Full count to Choo. The payoff pitch on its way. And just fouled. We'll do it again at 3-2. One of the longer games for the Rays. so far. We're about an hour and 40 minutes into this. Another payoff pitch to Chu. Swung on and missed! Anderson picks up his second save of the year. The Rays get their second straight victory. They get their first series victory of the year as they get a 6-5 victory in this rubber match against the Texas Rangers. Another great offensive showing for the Rays offense. 6-5 win for them. Yonny Chirinos, your winning pitcher. Colby Allard getting the loss, and the save will be Nick Anderson. We'll see you tomorrow in Fenway.